So it's a Grape Explorer talking about today. So we are back to Italy. One of my most favorite areas in all of Italy is Sicily. And we really wanted to spend some time here because, you know, there's a lot to talk about when you talk about Sicily, but I wanted to spend the time with this particular wine because this is a really, really cool wine. You know, this right here is called Fuedo Montoni, and this is Nero d'Avola. Nero d'Avola is, you know, if you're not familiar with this grape, this is Sicily's grape. And if you're not familiar with the area in Sicily that we're talking about where the winery is, we want to point it out on the map because we go all the way over here. You got Palermo here, which is the largest city right there, but this is in the province of Agrigento. And this particular area where the production area is called Camerata, and it is 600 meters altitude. This area is very high. You have some mountains in this region here, but it's very hot, very arid, but this area is beautiful to grow this grape. And we wanted to zoom in a little bit and show you basically what we're talking about when we talk about this particular label, because you have to identify this particular cuvee, which is called Lagnusa Nero, and you can see that right on the label. So if you want to read an Italian wine label, you can understand that. But we also wanted to show you, we made something else that's very, very special in Italy, especially southern Italy. We made a pizza here on our grill. We cooked it very high temperature in our skillet, you know, and it's San Marzano tomatoes. You've got buffalo mozzarella. You've got also basil. We've got also black truffle oil because, you know, I wanted to try something different with this particular pizza. Black truffle season is of course over and white truffle season is about to start. So usually black truffles are for the winter time. If you've ever seen some of our videos, we talk about Perigord, which is quite famous for black truffle, but I used to bring in black truffle oil from a beautiful area just close to Tuscany, and which I always thought was really, really interesting because they actually grow truffles in Tuscany and they go truffles in Umbria. So I brought the truffle oil from Umbria, beautiful. But I also wanted to show people, because I've had a lot of people that have actually said, you know, David, I don't have your sense of smell. And, you know, some people do consider it, you know, kind of a gift. But what I always tell people, you have to exercise a little bit. And so what I did was, from our garden, we have beautiful roses. And if you ever want to practice the sense of smell with a lot of different things, you just take the roses and you make like a potpourri here, and this actually will exercise you a little bit, because when you smell and you smell the faded roses, you get a lot of different things. You get tea, you get chocolate, you get all sorts of different spices. But the interesting thing, the nuances on this wine actually comes across with faded roses. So, you know, a lot of people might say, well, geez, I don't even know what faded roses smells like. I just know I've smelled a rose and it's got a lot of perfume to it. But faded roses, as we have here, does give off this really interesting scent, and it does come out on those wines. And actually, Nero d'Avola, that's the reason why I did this exercise here, because I wanted to show people that if you really want to smell wine, and that is the beauty of a lot of these wines, you got to smell them and really put your nose up into it. And of course, you'll get cherries right off the bat. That's an obvious thing, but there is some underlining things in the background, and I would definitely say roses is one of them. And Nero d'Avola does have that kind of nuance to it. But beautiful, beautiful wines. I would recommend this wine to anybody. It's under $25 a bottle, and of course, it goes great with pizza. That's the reason why we did this. But let's taste the wine. Wow, this has a lot of energy. You got very bright mineral tone that actually comes out. That's why I can taste it. It's, of course, this mountainous region here, very hot, very arid, very dry. Nero d'Avola just is the grape that just really flourishes in this area. And but again, you know, southern Italy is very warm. But a lot of these grapes, you don't see too much of this grape in other parts. You might see some in California, maybe in Australia, but doesn't really leave Sicily, because that is their grape. So if you ever want to try something, try some food with it. Again, this is the Grape Explorer. We're always talking about great wines and great wines to discover, because it is truly an adventure. Cheers.